presentation. The views and or opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the staff and management of KWAM.
Yeah. Real, we unleash, y'all know what it is. We unleash, you gon' get it all the biz. We unleash, we gon' show off the skills for real. So tune in for advice and news every Saturday night if you like the truth. We stand up for your rights and rules. Saturdays at 5, we'll fight for you. Skinny and GQ for LGBTQ. We keep it simple, but keep it equal. Skinny and GQ for LGBTQ. We keep it simple, but keep it equal. Blood what's
my neck, my back, lick my ow! This is that to the K to the double E to the T to the E to the R. And I'm sitting with the G to the Q, and we sitting here breaking Jessica in on this rainy, stormy, cold March. And we're in the house today, and we are fired up. Hello, somebody.
I'm not gonna start fighting this telephone today. We live on Instagram. Go to Instagram and log in on TUV magazine. We live in this thing like some chicken wings.
And we live on Facebook too.
We live on Facebook. So if you want to watch us on Facebook, you can go to David and Clemens' page.
Or your page.
Friend request. I'm on Instagram.
Well, I got you tagged.
Oh yeah. And also you can live stream us through relationshipunleashed.com. And you know what time it is. It's the 5 o'clock hour in Memphis, Tennessee, and we are live on the radio, baby. This is the Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ community here on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. And we got a great show today for you. But before we begin, I just want to give you a little rules. Our principles for the radio show: educate, empower, and enrich the community. We want to uplift, celebrate, and affirm our community above marginalized standards. I see y'all on Instagram. Thanks for joining me, baby. It's going down today. But we got a little segment where we go. It's called What's on Your Mind. So Damien's going to get this thing for a minute, and he's going to talk about what's on his mind.
I want to do that to all them pastors at this restoration camp where they convert teens who are gay to be straight.
Oh.
Well, these ignorant parents pay $21,000 a year who want their kids to be heterosexual, and their kids are gay, and these kids are damaged emotionally, physically, spiritually. They have these are anti-gay so-called conversion camps run by pastors who preach and use the Bible and sometimes belts to change the children from being homosexual to bisexual or heterosexual. Whew, Lord have mercy. And so 2020 did a undercover study, research last night. If you didn't watch it, Google 2020 and watch it for yourself. And they have pastors, black and white pastors, who isolated kids, beat the kids, use the Bible as scripture abuse, and cause these kids gay PTSD and regular PTSD. So you parents who waste $21,000 a year to convert your kids, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, shame before God. And this is really sad that these people are still trying to do this when studies have been done and shown that this stuff does not work. And this is really ignorant that people will put their kids through this kind of torture just so their life can be like the life they want their kids to have. So that's what's on my mind to these dumb parents who send their kids to these Christian anti-gay conversion camps, operate all across the country. $21,000 a pop.
You didn't tell the good part.
What was the good part? Oh yeah, one of the pastors, this ignorant brother, his name is I forgot his name. I gotta look it up. I'll tell you after the break. But he got sentenced to jail for 20 years for beating kids. 6 kids testified against him for all the torture they put him through, and his butt got locked up for 20 years in prison for beating the kids. And the judge said kudos to the kids who testified, and I'm saying kudos to the kids who testified too. Anybody who put your hands on you to beat homosexuality out of you is very ignorant. So kudos to those kids for sending this ignorant pastor to jail. And they should operate and have a jail for all ignorant pastors who do things like this. So that's what's on my mind today. And I'm not talking about 45.
All right. So the creator of the barbaric ex-gay conversion therapy practice died. Joseph Niccolo Nicolaus, Joseph Nicolaus.
Mm-hmm.
He's largely credited with the discredited practice. He's the pioneer behind the torture practice known as conversion therapy. And he died on Thursday, citing complications from the flu as the cause of his death, and he was 70 years old.
Oh.
Now, Nicolaus founded this clinic and served as the director where he assisted men and women, mostly who are still at the crossroads about their sexuality, to reduce their same-sex attraction and explore heterosexual potential. The crazy thing about Nicolaus was that he also received permission from people to allow them to whip their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And during the conversion therapy, they used talk therapy, electric shock. He treated the LGBTQ community identity as an addiction like drugs and alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the American Psychological Association lifted the definition that it wasn't a mental disorder,
Right.
this man went against everything, and he's the pioneer behind it, and he spread it. And also you have one that's sitting up there, your vice president, Mike Pence. He is a proponent for conversion therapy. He believes in it, and he believes that you can be cured of being a homosexual.
Well, we have a call before we take our first break. Caller, you're live on KWAM 990, the livest show on Talk Radio. What's on your mind?
I'm all the way live.
What's going on, David?
And for one way I can be.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I was on the internet, and it was that read something that was so horrific
Mm-hmm.
and troubling to me.
Mm-hmm.
Ways that made, because if I was that young lady, I don't know where I would go after this happened to her. Maybe you're familiar with the story, but a young lady who thought she may have been lesbian,
Mm-hmm.
shared that with her father,
Mm-hmm.
and her father raped her.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and to show her that sex with a male could be more enjoyable than the sex with a female.
Wow.
And he got 21 years.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all he got.
Wow.
And I'm not a proponent of any type of rape, whether it's a man raping another man or a woman raping another woman, anything like that. But if you want to learn about rape, you go to the right place.
You're exactly correct.
And I thought about it. I said, we have to be, as heterosexual men and women who don't have an issue with people and their lives or who they are,
Mm-hmm.
when discussions come up, we have to be more vocal about, you know what, I don't have all the answers, but if two people love each other, that's enough for me.
Hello.
That's just enough for me. Whatever else is happening, whatever you think God is or ain't, then that's enough for me.
Right.
They're not causing any problems for me.
Right.
They're working, they ain't robbing, they ain't stealing, they're not abusing, they're not forcing somebody to have a relationship with them. What business is it of mine?
Right.
I got enough on my plate.
Hello.
The other thing is, as former military, I thought about this too. I said, in context of what I'm talking about today, and that is, the troubling aspect of Marines taking pictures
Yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
of women who are also Marines.
Mm-hmm.
And of I don't know if y'all remember, about 3 years ago, or maybe a little bit longer, there was this big controversy about the officers, the academy,
Right.
and the rape,
Yeah.
and the things that are going on there.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that don't we as heterosexuals gotta get some stuff, get some stuff together before we start talking about dealing with somebody else? If we're gonna victimize women and think it's okay, then what the hell are we doing talking about what one man does with another man, what women does with another woman, if we ain't even got that straight? Officers in the military is honor. This is some crazy stuff. Now you got a guy that's president who's talking about grabbing somebody and killing them.
Absolutely.
Well, that just shows you the hypocrisy, of the world that we live in. Like Tennessee's supposed to be a conservative state. I can't get this out of my head. We're a red state, but we watch more porn than in the state in the union.
Yep, I got my hand raised.
$3,000 per second in the state of Tennessee.
Yep.
But you know, they want everything prohibited. They want to bring a study in to study about condoms, but they don't want sex education being taught in school. Crazy. Yeah.
I like the old conservatives, the gold water conservatives. And they want to, and they thought it was outrageous when you go in folks' bedrooms looking to see what they do. You know that was a conservative thought at one time. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. There's a libertarian and a conservative.
What's it called? The gold water. I'm about to look that up.
Yeah, you don't know gold water.
Yeah, but anyway, yep, he was more of a libertarian. I think that one of his relatives was actually gay or something. I can't remember. But anyway, you know, we can't give up hope, and we gotta keep the fight up, and we gotta just be strong, man. We gotta protect those people who could be victimized by this insanity, and we just gotta be straight, man. I mean, no pun intended. You know what I mean? How we feel about things, be afraid to say. Because, you know, not saying to let y'all go, the community that I grew up, I can remember gay folks in our community.
Everybody had.
And so I don't know where this thing of this hostility toward gays in our community has come from.
It came from wanting equal rights and reverence to God and being accepted into the organized religion that heterosexual normal people, the normative, have created. That's where it came from. That's it.
And you know what? This sounds so crazy. Like, you know, I know you have real good intentions, but this keep they and them. It reminds me of when segregation was legal, and people didn't understand other races. So, you know, at one time it was illegal for black people to come and sit on the front of the bus. You couldn't enter. Remember, I watched Jesse Owens' story, and he was being honored after he won in the Olympics in Germany and came home, and they were honoring him, but he couldn't walk through the front door of the place where they were having his ball. They were having his banquet. He had to go through the back door, and he was the honoree. It reminds me of when it was a black water fountain and a white water fountain, and that's what it reminded me of, and because people enjoyed, you know, the luxury of having that privilege, and they didn't want to give it up, and they referred to black people as them and they and those people, and that's what it sounds like when people talk about the homosexual community. They sound like you go they and them, and as if it's a unknown organism or an alien or something like that. It's crazy.
Well, these people, from now on, after reading that story, I'm just going to be straight after reading that story. Now when people say, for sure, I don't hate the person, I just hate the sin. I said, I'm going to tell you, are you sure about that?
Right.
I mean, really now. Because now I see that if you go to the measures that this father, who's supposed to be protective of his child,
Yeah.
to do something as violent as that she will never, ever go get past. It'll always be a scar part of her life.
Mm-hmm.
She'll never get over it. She'll get through it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So, we just, you know, I don't know if you know the Lena Horne story of Arkansas, when she was supposed to sing, and she saw that she looked out in the audience and it was segregated, but they had the Nazi in front of the African soldier. You know about that story?
No.
I saw that.
And she refused to sing.
Right.
We're going to have to be more of a Lena Horne.
Absolutely.
Gay.
Well,
We'll have to be.
absolutely.
Well, we
got
gotta take a
Ray
break.
Charles story. They refuse to do it. Come to certain cities, Ray Charles.
Oh, yeah.
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 So hey, that's great. That's great. Listen, we gotta take our first break. We gotta pay some bills. David, thanks for the conversation. You always add to it.
I appreciate it.
And this is the Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ community here on KWAM 990 Talk Radio, baby. We'll be right back. Tell your friends we are live on Instagram 605926 if you want to go to radio. What's up?
You do not want to miss these powerful
Call in.
services. We are
Chat
a church
with us.